Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a quick lesson in response to a lesson that the beloved brother Bakwar Math did earlier today, going into a statement that was made by an individual out of the ISUPK, claiming that there's no way Africans can be Israelites. Which is a damn lie. Okay, this individual must not know of the curses, man. The curse of Deuteronomy 28 and 64 clearly says we'll be scattered, man. Matter of fact, let's start there. Let's just go get it. Let's start there. Now, through the spirit, I was at the plantation when I saw that lesson. I was on his live stream, and the spirit hit me right away. Precepts started coming at me, to counter this false prophet out of the ISUPK. You see? Let's get this real quick. And this man's coming all out of order. He's got long hair. He's wearing a hat while he's dealing with the word of the Lord. Completely going off, pursuing the 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, man. But anyways, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64, and it reads, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people." Let's read it again. "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people." What do you think is going to happen while we're scattered among all people? Jake is going to be spewing their seed in these women of the other nations. Okay? Which is going to equal what? Speckled birds. Okay? Based off, they have a male, and then another son, and another son, so on and so forth. Okay, there's speckled birds within these other nations. We're going to come looking like all people. And we're going to prove that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing. Right? Just to prove this man wrong, man. We're going to grab that clip too, Lord willing, right after this precept. Right? "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." And this is what Jake is doing. This is why, being, Lord willing, we're the men of the Lord, Lord willing, we're those, elect men, right? Speaking on behalf of myself, first and foremost, when I go out to teach, every Saturday with the brothers, my mindset, okay, is, all right, try the spirit by the spirit. Whoever may come up. If I speak my peace to this individual, and that's the mindset we're all in. Us brothers over here, we try to stay in that mindset. Of course, sometimes the flesh can get the best of you, but we got to stay in that mindset. To try the spirit by the spirit, wield the two-edged sword, the double-edged sword of our power, these scripts. Okay? Because the scriptures are going to reveal if this individual is part of that remnant, if it's a hopeful elect. You see, the spirit's going to bear witness with the spirit, pursuing the Romans. But again, we have to be in that mindset. And this individual clearly isn't in that mindset. He's completely carnally minded, this individual out of the ISUPK. And as we know, to be carnally minded, that's enmity to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It's clear that the Lord's not dealing with this man. And for you Akiyam and Akwaf, newly coming into the fold, you got to use spiritual discernment to be able to see these false prophets for what they are. Pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay? To give you the vision, to give you the understanding, the discernment, the spiritual discernment, to be able to pinpoint and target these false prophets and stay away from them. Okay? Because this man's spewing complete madness, as you're going to see momentarily. Okay? Because a man of the Lord is not going to have that form of mindset pursuant to the scriptures. You see, a man of the Lord is not going to judge according to appearance. If you claim to have the mind of Hamashiach, matter of fact, let me grab this real quick before we grab this clip. The book of St. John, chapter 7. What did Yahweh Shai say? Right? The book of St. John, chapter 7, and verse 24, and it reads, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. If you claim to be a man of the Lord, okay, if you claim to have the mind of Hamashiach, all right, and you're judging according to appearance, hey, you're looking like a false prophet. This individual is looking like a false prophet based off what's coming out of his mouth. He's speaking these words. You see? Let's get this clip real quick.
Shalom, Israel. It's Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 120 Fisher Hall, New York. Now, there's a lot of talk going around that the damn Africans are Israelites. I don't know where that's coming from. They've never been Israelites, never will be Israelites. Let's get the records. The Igbo people are an ethnic group in Nigeria. They are primarily found in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Ngugu, and Imo states. A sizable Igbo population also found in the Delta. Large ethnic Igbo populations are found in Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, as well as outside of Africa. Now, every time they come to you, tell you the damn Africans is Israelites or the Igbo. Igbo ain't nothing but some Nigerians, man. Just some damn Nigerians. Them is regular ass Africans. Don't try to think that they some special group of the Jewish sect or Israel or nothing like that. Once again, now, the Ashanti are the dominant ethnic group in a powerful 19th century empire, and today one of Ghana's leading ethnic groups, with more than 2 million concentrated in southern Ghana. The Ashanti, I'm the Ashanti. I'm from the Ashanti tribe. You try to say that like you're from some ancient ass tribe. That ain't nothing but the same Africans in Ghana. That ain't nothing special. Just regular Africans in Ghana eating fufu and noodle. You understand? Now, one more group that they try to claim is so special and got special powers. The Yoruba people are a West African ethnic group that mainly inhabits parts of Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. The Yoruba, the areas of these countries primarily inhabited around Togo, Benin, and Nigeria. The Yoruba people are the main ones that sold us into slavery. That's why they're in Benin and Togo. Benin and Togo is where the kingdom of Judah was when you look up the 1747 map of Africa. The 1747 map of Africa has the kingdom of Judah in modern day Benin and Togo, and them the same Yoruba people who were selling us selling the Israelites into slavery. So don't try to say the Igbo, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, them ain't nothing but Nigerians and damn Hamites, man. And Guyanese. Ain't nothing special. Stop claiming that shit. Get with the truth, man. The 12 tribes are scattered throughout North Central South America primarily. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They're not no damn Igbo, not no Ashanti, and not no Yoruba, who are the ones who sold us into slavery.
So there you have it. Now, before he started spewing his madness, he had mentioned how, the Africans are not Israelites. I don't know where it's coming from, but let's get the evidence, he says. Now, the evidence he was pulling up was of this world. What about the evidence? What about the scriptures? Okay, which is the truth. See, he's leaning upon his own understanding, and he's leaning upon the wisdom of this world. See? He clearly doesn't have the mind of Hamashiach. He's not spiritually minded. And he doesn't believe on the scriptures. Okay? He doesn't believe on Yahweh Shai as the scriptures have said. Because if he did, he wouldn't have found it within himself to make himself look like a complete ass. He made himself look like a complete clown. Okay? And we're going to prove that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. What he's saying is not right. It's wrong. He's completely wrong. He's false. You see, he's a farce. Okay, let's get this account real quick, right? And let me get Blue Letter real quick. Let's get this account that we're all familiar with this account. Well, at least we should be, right? The book of 1 Samuel, the 16th chapter, right? When the prophet Samuel went to Bethlehem to search out David, our beloved king, right? I'm going to go straight to the point to make my point, right? The book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7, and it reads, "But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature," right? Because out of David's brothers, David was he was comely, but he was like smaller. He took care of the sheep. His brothers were brolic, men of war. He thought it was one of his other brothers. You see, but check this out, right? "But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth," okay? "For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." And before I continue, right? When we read at the top, right? "But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance." When you go into that word countenance, it goes into appearance. And we just read in the book of St. John, the 7th chapter, "Judge not according to appearance." Because doing so, that shows that you have a carnal mind. It shows that you are not spiritually minded, and you do not have the mind of Hamashiach. You are a false prophet. This man out of the ISUPK is a false prophet, man. What I want to do, right, is I want to get this word. Scripture says, right, as we at the bottom. Let me read this again from the top. "But the Lord said unto Samuel," 1 Samuel 16 and 7, "look not on his countenance," right, his appearance, "or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." And what I want to do, let's get this word heart. We know in the Hebrew, it's lab, which means your mind, right? But you know what dwells in your mind? Let's get it.
Strong's H3824. Levav. Levav.
Right? Inner man, right? Mind, will, heart, soul. See? Or your spirit. Your spirit dwells in your mind, in your pineal gland. See? Our power judges the spirit. Why? Because the spirit bears witness with the spirit. Okay, that we are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Our spirit's bearing witness with it, man. There's no way an individual looking like an Edomite or an African or an Indian or a Japanese or a Chinese or a Korean, whatever, wielding the sword, going out to teach every weekend, studying, doing his epistles, doing his intimate sit-downs, right? Making it happen, being brotherly, right? And he's not an Israelite. It's not realistic. That's the spirit dwelling within that vessel is an Israelite. And we can further prove that with scripture. Okay? This is the facts. Not no piece of paper you done printed out. Okay? Out of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's Wikipedia. Okay? Let's go here. Let's go to the book of Psalms real quick. Yeah, these scriptures are going to keep coming out because this is the truth. This is what separates a man of the Lord from a false prophet, man. The book of Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19, and it reads, "He showeth his word unto Jacob." Who's Jacob? The progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. This is referring to a nation, man. "His statutes and his judgments unto Israel." Jacob's name was changed to Israel after he wrestled the angel. And what's that? In Genesis, the 32nd chapter, Jacob wrestled the angel with his thigh out of joint, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai changed his name to Israel. You see, you can only be an Israelite in order to get this word. You're not going to get this word if you're a heathen. It's not realistic. Pursuant to the scriptures, let's continue on. He hath not dealt so with any nation. There you go. And as for his judgments, right? They have not known them, right? Pursuing to what? Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd verse. Scripture says what? Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. When you go into that word wrought, it goes into worked. Okay? Us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have worked the judgments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. How? Throughout the transatlantic slave trade. Okay? Throughout Cristobal Colon coming over here and damn near eradicating the Gadites, man. Okay? All the various captivities the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been in. From the persecution, the oppression. You see? Discontinuing from my heritage. Having our whole heritage hijacked from us, man. What other nation has that happened to? No other nation. Why? Because we are the true biblical Israelites, man. History testifies that's the case, man. And it's clear that we've been scattered throughout all 4 corners of the earth. And we are going to come looking like all people. You see? Because at the end of this thing, okay, when the remnant's gathered, all right, by the preaching of this word, what scriptures say? Let's close out here through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because the point is made. You know, it's easy to debunk a false prophet. Why? Because when you lie and you lean upon the wisdom in this world, hey, you run out of ammo. See? When you lean upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you don't run out of ammo. It's rapid fire, man. The book of Revelation, chapter 7. Hey, I'm going to start from the top. Right? And it reads, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And that wind represents the destruction that's going to come in the form of those ICBM missiles, man. Okay? And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And these are all men, the servants, the prophets. Okay? And each tribe, 12,000 out of each tribe, and you can get that as you read down. Right? But we're going to jump down to verse 9 to make the point. Okay? Because this is going to consist of the great multitude that's going to be delivered. Okay? Immediately after the tribulations, pursuing to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Okay? The book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 9, and it reads, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. Okay? This is the rest of the 1/3. Because the 1/3 consists of the 144 as well. Which no man could number, of all nations. What's it say? Of all nations. Forgive me for my zeal. Right? And kindreds. And people. This man over at the ISUPK is a false prophet, man. You Akim and Akwaf, once again, coming newly into the fold. Watch out for these false prophets. If they're not speaking this word, hey, run from them. Or you going to fall into the pit with them, man. Hey, it's your choice. You want to watch them for entertainment? Hey, you're going to fall into the pit with them. Of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues. You see that? stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. The 1/3 of Israel, the elect, is going to get the victory at the end of the day. And they're going to come looking like all nations, man. There's going to be hey, we've been scattered, man. Once again, all the Israelites don't look like Shaquille O'Neal, man, and Wesley Snipes. Okay? And that's the truth, and that's the point. Thus says the Bible. The Bible proves that. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's heritage is to him like a speckled bird, man. Google a speckled bird. And you tell me what you see. All right? That clown over at the ISUPK is a false prophet, right along with all these other false prophets that are popping up, all right? Choosing to lean upon their own understanding, come against the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, okay? And wanna spew madness and do their own thing and come up against their leadership, man. You know, but at the end of the day, you false prophets scattering the sheep, you're gonna have to hold Jeremiah 23, all right? Because there's a visitation for your actions, man. Hey, remember, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwathiam were edified. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halalium La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Quadash. Shalom.